Here's a little song that I wrote. Those of you who have our little record, you might recognize it. It's called Trainwreck.
Please join me in the PGA Tour in helping support young people in communities in need by downloading my song, Together, Anything is Possible. All proceeds from each download go to PGA Tour charities. By working together, we can make a difference because together, anything is possible.
Hi, I'm Patrick Kelly, creator and host of the Ultimate Spotlight CMV. If you are an indie artist, a promoter, a DJ, a stylist, a makeup artist, an entertainment attorney, a roadie, a road manager, artist manager, anybody who works in music and entertainment. If you would like to be on the Ultimate Spotlight CMV, go online at www.theultimatespotlight.com. At the top right-hand corner, there's a link that says Be a Guest. There's an array of options that you can choose. You can also advertise, or if you would like to contact us personally, you can give us a call at 404-478-7206, extension 3. Thank you very much.
Okay, so it's 3708, paper plastic.
Plastic. That's the magic word. What? Green police. You picked the wrong day to mess with the ecosystem, plastic boy.
Battery! Let's go, take the house, come on! Put the rind down! Sir, that's a compost infraction!
Uh-oh! Did you install these bulbs?
Well, tragedy strikes tonight where a man has just been arrested for possession of an incandescent light bulb.
What do you guys think about plastic bottles now?
The water setting is at 105. Yeah.
You got a TDI here?
Clean diesel.
You're good to go, sir.
Good afternoon, officers. Are those foam cups you're drinking from?
Yeah.
Please step out of the car and put them on the hood.
Hello and welcome to the Ultimate Spotlight CMV, music television that is definitely redefined. I'm your host, Patrick Kelly. So we're doing an afternoon set today with Miss Misty Loggins, super duper country superstar to me. We actually had an opportunity to check her out at Wild Bill's this past Wednesday, and it was an amazing concert. We really enjoyed ourselves. So you know what? We wanted her to come back to the studio and you know, chop it up a little bit more. I use chop up. It's a slang and it's urban, but it kind of like, you know what I'm saying? You get it. You get it.
You watch it, it'll be in a country song before you know it.
I know, right? So Misty, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
You're more than welcome. So you guys, so let's talk a little bit about your performance at Wild Bill's. Now you did a lot of your own material, but you also did some covers.
Yes.
And one of the covers that you did was the Al Green cover. Now, please forgive me, Al Green, because I forgot the title of the song, but I know it's one of his most, Stay Together,
yeah.
One of his most famous songs. And so how did you get to incorporate that into your whole set when you perform?
You know what? I have always loved soul music.
Mm-hmm.
And good music is good music.
Mm-hmm.
Genres really don't matter to me. And actually, if you listen to the lyrics of a lot of country songs, they're basically soul music with country instrumentation,
exactly,
you know? And
exactly.
So I've always loved it, and I just kind of incorporated it in there because I figure people are going to like the song if we play it. We're not going to give them a choice. We'll just put it on.
Exactly. You know, it's so funny that you said that because I watch CMT a lot. And there was this country, he's a fresh face, but he's really, really big right now. I forgot his name. And next show that we have, or when we put this segment together, I'll have his name and let you guys know. But he actually does his country music and he incorporates hip hop.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, it's so funny. I had my TV on CMT and I was in my office on my computer doing
Was it Colt Ford by any chance, maybe? But there are a lot of people who have started doing that.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
I can't remember who it was, but it kind of, you know, when you're like working and you're not really paying attention to what's going on and all of a sudden something catches your ear, and I'm like, what is that? And I ran into the room and I was like, whoa, I was like, this is hot. You know what I'm saying? I was like, we need to have this on the show.
You do, that's
Wow.
awesome.
So let's talk about your upbringing, your background in music. Like, how did you get started in music? Was this something that was bred from a childhood, or you know, a lot of training, or?
You know what? It really was. My father, Dean Loggins, was a gospel singer. He and his brothers had a quartet, and they did Southern gospel music from the time he was a teenager, you know, when he was a young man. And he was a farmer by trade, but he would travel around to churches and sing. And so we always had music going in my house. My mother writes songs.
Oh, wow.
And it was just always music all the time. So by the time I could talk, I was writing songs and about everything from the rabbits in the yard to, you know, the farm that I grew up on. And it was one of those things where it's just what I did, not what I chose to do.
Yeah, wow. So what is it like growing up on the farm? Let's talk since you brought it up.
It's tough.
It's a lot of work.
It's tough. No, it is a lot of work, but it was wonderful. You know, we live in Hollywood, Georgia, which is about northeast of here, about 2 hours.
Okay.
And we had all sorts of animals, and you know, we had a poultry farm, and that was definitely great preparation for the music business.
Yeah.
Because it was hard work every day, and we appreciated, you know, what we got from working hard, and it was a good prep.
Oh, wow.
Because music isn't the easiest of careers to go into, but it's rewarding.
Yeah, it's very rewarding. It's tougher than modeling. You know, modeling, you get rejected more than people say yes.
Gracious,
but this is, I mean, with music, there's so many rejections.
Yes.
And even rejection with yourself too, because it's like you're always trying to, you know, better yourself and like, you know what? It's almost like a producer producing. And he wants this song to be so the bomb that he overproduces.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have all these instruments that going all over the place. I'm like, come on. Sometimes you just got to learn when to just cut it off.
Right.
And say, you know what? This is good. Let's go to the next thing. You know what I'm saying?
You have to do what burns you.
Yeah.
You know, if it moves you inside, that's what's good. And it has to be something that you are, not something that you do.
Yeah.
To really make it work.
Exactly. So what was your first singing gig? Paid or non?
Oh my goodness, it would have to be in church.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That would, you know, my mother and father would recall me as a young child, you know, being in there with my guitar was 3 times the size as I was, and you know, I'd play for every time company would come over to the house. You know, I'd want to play them a song. But my first real gig was probably in church, at the little Christmas pageant. I was about 3 years old and got up there and sang "Oh Little Town of Bethlehem."
Oh, okay. Okay.
I was the bug bit me, and I was like, "Oh, I'm destined for the stage."
Wow, that's
Just
perfect.
kidding.
It's always good. Like every time I do my interview, one of the main things I like to do, I kind of like to do a little history thing, so our viewers can know who it is that we actually have on the show, and they can kind of identify with, you know, your background and a lot of the things that you that you went through and that you're going through now, to kind of hit, because we never know when our inspiration can be someone else's.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So let's move into the future now. You're doing a lot of things. You're a dancer, you're a singer, you're an actor, you're a songwriter, you're a musician. I mean, that is just ridiculous. So how do you manage all those things? It's like, do you prioritize, say, you know what, hey, I'm gonna do this today, or I'm gonna do this month, or it just comes as it comes?
One day at a time, one foot in front of the other. You know, honestly, I'm really blessed. I have all these great opportunities that are coming, and I just say, hey, open the doors, I'll walk through them. You know, that's just all I can do. I have a great team of management behind me that keep me focused and help me decide what's, you know, the next step and the next priority. But the good thing is they all kind of feed one another.
Yeah.
They're all creative, and the acting feeds the music feeds the acting. And the dance is something I've done since I was a little girl at Dance a Lot Studios in Cornelia, Georgia. You know, I mean, it was just something that's always been there.
Yeah.
But.
So I also understand that you were you did some singing and dancing at what is it, Dollywood?
I did.
So how do you get to become a part of the whole theme park? And that's Dolly Parton's theme park.
It
right?
was my hero. Oh my gosh, that was a dream come true.
Yeah.
I auditioned and made it through several rounds of callbacks, and you know, they finally called me and said, hey, we'd like you to be part of the Country Treasures show.
Oh, wow.
And I said, really? Me? And so, pinch. And it was great. You know, it was my first real production that I had done on a long term. I was there for a whole season.
Oh,
and
wow.
it was great. The country stars from the Grand Ole Opry would come in in the middle of our show, and I would get to sing with Jeannie Seeley and Gene Shepard and Rick Allen Jr. and Jack Green, all the stars that I had grown up listening to on the Grand Ole Opry stage.
You got that opportunity.
I would get to sing background for them and some duets, and it was fantastic.
I know this was like a levitating experience, right? You were like floating like a butterfly, even when you were, you know, because you had to be a professional, but there had to have been some type of thing in your head of like, oh my God, I can't believe this is like happening right
Absolutely.
now.
It was a lot of fake it till you make it, because I was a nervous wreck. You know, I'm just getting up there going, please, Lord, don't let me trip. Don't let me forget what I'm singing.
Yeah.
But it turned out to be so rewarding, you know, and they taught me a lot.
Wow.
The Opry stars all of them were so encouraging, and they would really take the time to say, hey, you don't give up at this. If you've got the talent and you feel you have the drive to do it, don't let anybody tell you can't. And that was so rewarding. And you know, I always watched for Dolly to come in maybe and sneak on the back row and see us perform. I don't know if she ever did, but, you know, I've gotten to meet her once, and Yeah, and I cried the whole time. It was embarrassing.
Yeah.
But beautiful.
That's how it is. I mean, when you have people who really, really inspires you, that's an amazing thing.
It was great.
And yeah, not a lot of us get to meet, our inspiration.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that was a really, really good thing.
When I hear the music play and I hear the children sing, I know together anything is possible. Hey, I'm Darius Rucker. Please join me in the PJ Tour in helping support young people in communities in need by downloading my song, Together, Anything is Possible. All proceeds from each download go to PGA Tour charities. By working together, we can make a difference because together, anything is possible.
Hi, I'm Patrick Kelly, creator and host of the Ultimate Spotlight CMV. If you're an indie artist, a promoter, a DJ, a stylist, a makeup artist, an entertainment attorney, a roadie, a road manager, artist manager, anybody who works in music and entertainment, if you would like to be on the Ultimate Spotlight CMV, go online at www.theultimatespotlight.com. At the top right-hand corner, there's a link that says Be a Guest. There's an array of options that you can choose. You can also advertise, or if you would like to contact us personally, you can give us a call at 404-478-7206, extension 3. Thank you very much.
Okay, so it's 3708, paper or plastic?
Plastic. That's the magic word. Green police. You picked the wrong day to mess with the ecosystem, plastic boy.
Battery! Let's go! Take the house! Come on! Put the rind down! Sir! That's a compost infraction!
Uh-oh! Did you install these bulbs?
Tragedy strikes tonight where a man has just been arrested for possession of an incandescent light bulb.
What do you guys think about plastic bottles now?
The water setting is at 105. Yeah.
You got a TDI here?
Clean diesel.
You're good to go, sir.
Good afternoon, officers. Are those foam cups you're drinking from?
Yeah.
Please step out of the car and put them on the hood.
And speaking of Grand Ole Opry,
Yes.
you got an opportunity to perform. What's the 80th?
For the 80th birthday of
Okay.
the Opry.
So tell us a little bit about how did you get involved with that?
Well, my friend John Russell and I had the great opportunity to open for the 80th birthday celebration at the Ryman Auditorium.
Oh, wow.
And you want to talk about surreal. I mean, I look at the pictures and the posters and stuff and I go, did we really do that? I mean, that's craziness. But we had been selected out of, I think they had said like 1,600 bands to perform at Tootsie's, which is a world famous nightclub on Broadway in Nashville. And from there, they'd asked us to perform at the Country Music Hall of Fame in the Ford Theater, which in itself was, a dream come true.
Yeah.
And then they said, we would like for you to open for the Opry's birthday. And I thought we'd get up and do a song, and they said, no, we want you to do a full set. We want you to be the opening act. And it was sold out. We had a standing ovation, and my father, who passed away it'll be, I think, about 2 years this month.
Wow.
He
Sorry
was
to
my
hear that.
backstage, thank you. He was my backstage handler, and that was the coolest part of it because he was such an inspiration to me, and for him to get to go backstage and experience that was really awesome.
Wow.
Really incredible.
Now, when they came to you, and was it just you that they told first, or did they tell you and your band collectively that you guys were going to be performing for the 80th birthday at the Grand Ole Opry?
They told us collectively.
Oh, okay, because I wanted to, the reason why I asked is because, that whole preemptive type thing is like, oh my goodness, when you go to tell them, what was like their reactions? I know they were like just jumping up and down and stuff.
Oh, yes. I was hysterical, but in a good way. I was, I pulled myself back together. I didn't break anything.
Yeah, that was
At least-
God. That was God.
Oh yes,
God was on the job.
actually yes. Let me rephrase that. God pulled me back together because I just fell apart. But
Yeah, wow, that's amazing. So tell us about now. You're on. You have a recurring role on CMT. What is it? The
Tail Spinners.
Tail Spinners.
Yes.
Okay. How did you get involved with that? Like, how did you get that? Was that more so on the management side?
definitely management.
Okay.
My management commotion management had gotten me the audition, and from there I got the callbacks and same. It was the usual process. And on the television show, I play bass guitar and a couple of other instruments, and I sing. But a lot of it is improv acting. We are a band. It's a co-branded project with Long John Silver's and CMT.
Oh wow.
And it's kind of like a country Spinal Tap meets Flight of the Conchords meets The Office. I mean, it is so funny. I mean, it just to watch it after they edit all the improv together, I'm just really so proud to be a part of it. So when y'all watch CMT, look for Betty Joe. That's me. And I don't know whether I should admit that it was very much typecasting. My character's very much like the real me, clumsiness and all.
Yeah.
But it's been great, you know. And
now, were there any challenges to the role for you when you first got it, or when you first got the script? Because you guys are on a script, right?
well, we are on a guideline. Everything that it's not really scripted. They will give us scenarios to portray and just say go with it.
Wow.
And that in itself is a challenge because
Mm-hmm.
you'll walk away from it and sometimes they go, oh man, I could have said this or that, and really you have to be on the spot.
Yeah.
But I have great co-stars on the project, and we bounce well with one another, with them saying something hilarious. And to be honest, the hard challenge is not laughing.
Yeah.
I've got some co-stars that are just hilarious, and I'm trying to maintain my character, and it's been fun, definitely.
So let me ask you, and now this is a question that I typically ask everybody that I interview. What is your inspiration to help Misty Loggins go from one job to the next, from one performance to the next? What is it? Your inspiration? Is it a person? Is it a thing? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's multifaceted. I would say first and foremost, is my faith. That is definitely my inspiration as far as staying strong, staying focused, and staying sane. But people, I love entertaining people. It's not just about playing guitar and writing songs. Sometimes it is therapeutic for me to do that alone. But my real drive is to write stories that may not necessarily be my story, but somebody else's. Something they can identify with, and knowing, for 90 minutes or even 3 minutes, if it's just listening to a song, they can escape or they can have something there to entertain them. And I've been really, really blessed to be surrounded by so many great people in my life who lift me up and inspire me and encourage me. I'm really lucky.
Wow,
that's
good.
I have to admit that.
Yeah, that's good. I'm very, very spiritual. You know what I'm saying? And so I like to bring that. I like to see where my guests, where they are, as far as their whole spirituality and their inspiration. Because, like we were speaking of earlier before we started taping that, your inspiration could be someone else's elevation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So speaking of songwriting, though, I understand that you're doing like a collaborative effort with BMI. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I'm a BMI writer, and they have been great. That's my performing rights organization out of Nashville, and they are 100% fantastic supporters of what I do. And they have, this will be my 5th year going down for the BMI Songwriting Festival in Key West. And that's at the end of April.
Oh, wow.
And they definitely keep me, performing in front of their festivals and what have you. But they've set me up with publishing companies that I've written with, and from Big Tractor to even some of the independent songs that I've had. And also one of my writer representatives is helping me find the producer for my next project, which is
wow.
really exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just really cool to have all that in the works.
Okay. So what is the next project that's coming up? And do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Talk a little bit
tell
about
your fans,
that.
so your fans can get some type of
Well, I'm very, you know what, I'm making a record. And I know it sounds kind of old-fashioned for me to say a record.
No, but I like that though. Yeah. It's like, come on, you gotta give back to what really got it started, which were records. Come on.
Yes.
And 8 tracks.
Yeah, when you had to listen to the whole cassette tape because you couldn't just go to the next song, you'd have to fast forward.
Exactly.
I remember that. But you definitely, that's great that you even say going back to that, because that's kind of what I'm doing with this project. It's going back to stuff that moves me, and the record itself, I want to think of it as something someone would listen to top to bottom. It's going to be a concept project, a little bit of vignettes in between, maybe play kind of like a movie if you listen to the whole thing in its entirety.
Wow. Okay.
But I'm really excited. When we get some stuff going, I'll come back on and I'll let you be the judge.
Now, are there going to be any collaborations with other country stars or other acts that you've been performing with?
We have definitely been talking about that, and that's exciting to think that maybe a possibility. Nothing's been confirmed on that end, but there's definitely going to be some collaborative songs that I've written with other country artists, but as far as getting the duets and what have you, I'm fingers crossed all that works out. That would be pretty great.
So if you had to choose between 3 super duper, I'm not even going to say country stars, just super duper people that's in the business that inspires you, which 3 would it be? And no diss to anybody else that you don't choose.
Oh my gosh, just 3.
Yeah, 3.
Okay,
And why?
Well, I've already mentioned Dolly Parton because she is just the consummate entertainer, humanitarian, songwriter. I mean, most people don't know she is one of the most prolific songwriters in the world.
Oh my goodness.
From country to pop to what have you. I mean, she is definitely, the movies she's made, the theme park, come on, lady, where do you get all this talent from? It's craziness. But she is my hero, definitely. Okay, it's going to be very tough. Rick Rubin, okay, I'm going to throw that out there, because, I mean, come on, he can produce anything, and it's, he's kind of got a Midas touch. Oh man, the third one. Gracious. You put me on the spot.
I'm sorry.
Now let's see. Who could I pick? Well, I can tell you this. It's not a musical act, but Oprah. I mean, she's got her own network even now, but she has always been somebody. I've watched her from the time I was a little girl. At 4 o'clock, I think it would come on Channel 5 out of Atlanta, or was it Channel 4? I don't remember. But anyway, no, she's such a humanitarian, and she's such a inspiration, and to be a female who has risen to heights that most people only dream of, not saying that I will ever, be able to achieve that level.
Never say never.
You know
you
what?
Never know.
Well, I'll rephrase that. I'm happy every step of the way.
Yeah.
If this is as far as I go, God has blessed me, and I'm really okay with that.
Yeah.
However, I have big dreams. I'm not going to give up on those by any stretch. And I think that she would probably be a big inspiration for me.
Well, Oprah, male or female, doesn't matter. I think she is an amazing inspiration to anybody that's just trying to do anything.
Right.
It doesn't even matter if big or small, you know what I'm saying? Because you do have to start from somewhere. And, I look at her and I'm like, wow, I mean, she's a hard worker. I had the opportunity to meet her once.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
really?
Yes, I had the opportunity to meet Oprah once, and I was so nervous because I was like, oh my God, it's Oprah. But she was just so cool. And she had her dog. She had like 2
Cocker
dogs.
Spaniels, yeah.
Cocker Spaniels with her. And they were like her kids. And I was like, wow, it was just so amazing. It was an amazing experience. Through my life, I met like so many huge people. Yeah. And it's sometimes I think back, because a lot of times we're just like, wow, we're just so down here and they're so up there. But you never know how God has your life weaved. and who you're going to be entangled with. You know what I'm saying?
You never know.
And it's so crazy because I've met in the 16 years that I've been here in Atlanta, I've met 4 billionaires. No,
Really?
Let me take that back. 11. So, and it's like they're like regular people, except for the guy that had $1 million watch on.
Then there's that, but I mean, come on. You don't want to be late for anything. You got to have the watch.
But you know, though, and I'm saying this to say that they're regular people.
Yeah.
And I talked to them, and I was like, you know what? I want to know, what you went through and the steps that you took to get to where you are. And all of them basically seem to hone in on the same thing. Right. Never give up.
Absolutely.
Never give up. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, to me, it's not as simple and it's not as easy because sometimes your frustration gets so large. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh my God, am I ever going to get a break? You know what I'm saying? But I think it's more so, your faith and being favored. Like when we were watching your concert, I was really, really impressed with you because I think that you have a beautiful personality. You're very inviting and you make people feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And it's stuff like that that's going to take you to those heights. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we don't think that we're going to go to those heights, but it's like when you're favored by God, it's just an amazing experience because you're going to be attached and be involved with things that money can't buy.
Right.
Money, and I talk with Sam all the time about that. I'm like, oh my God, it's like I feel like I'm floating or I get overwhelmed, because there's so many things that's going on. But I just wanted to let you know that because I'm a really, really good judge of character. And when I met you, I was like, wow, she's just so laid back, she's so relaxed, and so inviting. I mean, and talented. You're not uppity, and you know what I'm saying? Because usually somebody,
no, I'm blushing. Now
no. But you know what's so funny? You have 5 talents that I pointed out. And you probably have so many others that I don't know of. You know what I'm saying? And it's like usually people who are that talented, they usually get this aloft attitude. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say just this, and I think it probably lends from your upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Being from the country, on the farm, it keeps you as a regular, real person.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I thank you. You have me flabbergasted. That means a lot to me. It really does because, I am no better than the next person. Mm-hmm. None of us are. I mean, we are all created equal. Yeah. And it's the choices we make that take us from one place to the other. But some of us are given, opportunities. And like I've been blessed with opportunities that I only dreamed of. Mm-hmm. And I thank God every day I have people around me encouraging me to walk toward those opportunities and to not give up and to believe, hey, if this is meant to happen, it's going to happen.
Exactly.
And I'm just been really, really blessed. So thank you. And
you're welcome.
I can't take credit for any of it, honestly. So thank you.
No, I mean, I believe in giving people their just due. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how they entertain. I've been in the entertainment and music industry for a very long time. And I've seen it all. You know what I'm saying? So you have to appreciate people and let people know that you appreciate them when you recognize trueness, realness, honesty, sincerity, integrity. You know what I'm saying? Because there are a lot of people in business that don't have any of those. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to let you know
that means the world to me. I am going to write that down and put it on my refrigerator. I'm going to get up in the morning.
Along with Chop It Up. Okay, so we're going to have you write a song about Chop It Up.
There you go. You're going to be a co-writer on that one.
So before we go to commercial, though, I really want to touch on the whole Kenny Loggins thing.
Okay.
Because so many people have it confused like you're a niece of Kenny Loggins. And you want to touch on that a little bit?
I just think he needs to dig through his family tree a little more because, I mean, we have to be related. Mm-hmm. Come on.
Yeah.
Same last name. We both like music. No, I have had the most incredible opportunity to meet and get to know Kenny a little bit. And he has just been very encouraging to me. He was very kind. And he is an amazing entertainer. Yeah. He is such a great songwriter, and his voice is just out of this world. Mm-hmm. But no, as far as I know, we're not related. Darn it. But I would claim it. And Dave Loggins. Mm-hmm. I would totally claim Dave Loggins as well. I've written a lot with his son Quinn, and I mean, the only Logginses I know that I'm not related to are musicians, so maybe that means something.
Okay. All right, everybody. So Don't go anywhere, because when we return on the Ultimate Spotlight CMV, we're actually, Misty Loggins is actually going to be performing for us, so you'll get to see her in action, okay? Stay tuned.
When I hear the music play and I hear the children sing, I know together anything is possible.
Hey, I'm Darius Rucker. Please join me in the PGA Tour in helping support young people in communities in need by downloading my song, Together, Anything is Possible. All proceeds from each download go to PGA Tour charities. By working together, we can make a difference, because together, anything is possible.
Hi, I'm Patrick Kelly, creator and host of the Ultimate Spotlight CMV. If you're an indie artist, a promoter, a DJ, a stylist, a makeup artist, an entertainment attorney, a roadie, a road manager, artist manager, anybody who works in music and entertainment, if you would like to be on the Ultimate Spotlight CMV, go online at www.theultimatespotlight.com. At the top right-hand corner, there's a link that says Be a Guest. There's an array of options that you can choose. You can also advertise, or if you would like to contact us personally, you can give us a call at 404-478-7206, extension 3. Thank you very much.
Hi folks, I'm Misty Loggins, and I'm here on the Ultimate Spotlight singing a song I wrote with Mr. Billy Lawson. It's called Since I've Been Loved. I should have smiled a little more when I met you at the door, but I'm a little shy. It's been so long since I got roses. Please forgive me if I cry. Please don't pull away from me if I start to tremble from your touch. It's gonna take some getting used to. It's been a while since I've been loved. It's been so long since I've been out, I've about forgotten how good it feels to have somebody take my hand, and for a moment time stands still. And with what I'm about to say, I'll probably mess those 3 words up. It's gonna take some getting used to. It's been a while since I've been loved. Be patient when you hold me close. I've forgotten all I used to know. It's gonna take some time before it all comes back. My heart don't know what to do. It's been so long since it's been used, and that's why it's beating fast. And when you tell me that I'm beautiful, like some silly little girl in school, I blush. It's gonna take some getting used to. It's been a while since I've been loved. It's gonna take some getting used to. It's been a while since I've been loved. Thank you. That was Since I've Been Loved. I wrote that with Billy Lawson, and it's been a song that I've gotten a lot of requests for from a lot of people who are starting over with their new hearts. So I hope you liked it.
The day I first saw you, wish I would've passed you by. Then I wouldn't feel this pain from you saying your last goodbye. I would've treated you right instead of acting like a fool. You should be treated like a woman of virtue. When I was with you, greatest moments of my life. Now I only have this pain. I'm a day without the light. If we aren't supposed to be, I'm stuck with no choice. Before you set me free, listen to me. If you won't leave,